Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
This is Stephanie.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
We're the podcast that dares to ask, who's your favorite version of Batman?
That is such a great question, Michael, that I fed you earlier. Welcome back to welcome back to another segment that I've not figured out if it's reviewing old comics, reviewing a pop I have, or reviewing strange Batman suits. It's still evolving. I've not figured out which one it is yet. Today we're going over Batman issue number 72 from 1952. The Jungle Batman. So I have a pop here of this Batman as well, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Super nothing special about it. It is a Batman mask and a Tarzan-ish loincloth. Strap over one shoulder. That's it.
It's like Big Show's body or Andre the Giant's body with Batman on it.
Yes, exactly. So the comic opens up and it says, "Have you ever wondered how Batman would if he were cut off from all his crime-fighting equipment? If the Bat plane, the utility belt, the crime lab, if indeed everything was denied the dynamic duo? Here's your answer, and one of the most amazing stories ever told. Here are Batman and Robin, stranded on a jungle island, an island fraught with man-eating wildlife, and the Sinister 8, most dangerous criminals in the world. Hold your breath as you strike out against terror with the Jungle Batman." It's not as exciting as it makes it sound, but that's
First question.
that's what
Why
they
are the
did back
most
then.
dangerous criminals in the entire planet in a jungle?
Oh, we're getting there. And wait till you're introduced to the Sinister 8. Because Michael knows this. I don't know how aware you are. There's a Sinister 6 and Marvel, which is 6 of Spider-Man's villains. These are not those guys. So basically what happens is there is a ship called the Donna Cruz that they're putting these 8 criminals on. It's Batman, Robin, Commissioner Gordon. They're taking them back to Satan's Island. Michael, I'm going to send you the Sinister 8's names.
I'm looking at them right now. The names.
Because they were not easy. I'm surprised you found it so fast because it wasn't super easy to find.
I just looked up the NDC fandom, the Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's where I ended up getting them from. So, just tell me what you think of these guys real quick.
I mean, the names. I'm all about Sumatra Joe or Frenchie Deloy. Ledoy. Ledoy.
The Liverpool kid? I bet you I can tell you where most of them are from just based off of their name.
Are based off of, it's like an evil UN, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to show you what they look like. Do you have the picture with you there, Michael?
No, I was trying to pull them up and it told me fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, this comic's not a super big one. Let me find. Here they are. Okay. So share screen. Either one of you, whoever wants to, if you would like to break down. Here's the cast. Group of wily looking fellas.
There's a lot of racism on my screen right now.
There's so much racism on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically Ling Chi. To me.
Yeah, that's probably the worst.
Luigi's looking rough. Frenchie's looking rough. Sting's looking rough. The rest of them are, I guess, I don't even know what the word Sumana means.
So basically, it's like they took every stereotype from every other country and gave the villains that look, more or less.
I must not have said the right thing because Sumana is a form of frottage, a non-penetrative sex. Okay, good.
What did you get into, sir?
Bro, I'm telling you right now. Hold on, let me read a minute. Sumana is a Japanese term for a non-penetrative sex act popular in Japanese brothels. Sumana is a form of frottage performed by a female sex worker upon a male client. The sex worker rubs the client's their member, with her thighs, and I can't continue.
I mean, we never said that we were for children. It's definitely a PG-13 place we were in.
It continues rubbing it with her thighs and labia majora.
I don't think we need to put this in the entire podcast.
Stimulate ejaculation without penile vaginal penetration.
He just wants us to be part of. He just wants us to be in the part of the world that he's
is that what this villain's about?
That's what it was. He had found himself in a place that he didn't want to be, and he was scared to be alone, so he brought us with him.
That's absolutely 100% what that was. I don't like that I had to just Google this, and I just because
you didn't have to. You could have just read the word properly.
Sumatra apparently is an island in Indonesia, by the way.
Okay, so they put Batman and Robin and a phantom crew. So there's like mannequins steering the ship, and the prisoners are like a little cocky for whatever reason with Batman. And so Batman's like, that's weird. They're on this ship for days, so that means Gotham's just on fire while Batman and Robin are gone.
Or it's prospering for the first time ever, but it depends on who you're asking.
So randomly there's a submarine and they can't service due to problems. So they're like, okay, we'll just shoot a torpedo and there's a storm and hopefully the Sinister 8 make it to the island that's nearby. That's their whole plan. Of course, they get hit by the torpedo. Batman can't let the prisoners die because he's got a thing about him. And the Sinister 8 just straight or like once they're out, they're like, see you later, and they jump off and swim away. The boat's sinking, and Batman's like, I have to wait for the boat to sink because of the Navy equipment. Oh, did I forget to mention there's a reason Navy equipment also on the boat that they're transporting? Why they're doing that with 8 deadly villains?
Why is Batman even supervising this whole thing?
Commissioner Gordon appointed him. This is before
he could have sent Robin.
This is before Batman hid in the shadows. He was just like out in the street during daytime.
This is Rainbow Batman era.
Yes. So they finally jump off the ship, but not before they have to strip down because it's a long swim.
Okay.
So they take off everything but their masks and jump in the water. There's a whole panel.
Still gotta keep that secret identity.
Yes. There's a whole panel dedicated to the ship sinking for whatever reason. Like a whole square dedicated to just watching it sink. And they're like, there's one small consolation. The waters are too deep here. The Navy may be able to salvage it. But I'm like, if they're able to salvage it, then anybody can really just salvage the ship. Like, you watched it sink because you didn't want it to fall into the wrong hands. But now you're just, anyway.
I don't know. Where did it sink? Maybe that particular civilization's not.
I guess the depth of the water. So that maybe that's why it makes it more okay. Nobody knows exactly where the ship is.
Mm-hmm.
So Batman and Robin swim till morning, like from the night when they got hit by the torpedo till morning to get onto the island. They get on the island and they're walking around and a panther attacks Robin, right? Batman picks up a log and hits this panther in the head and kills it.
One swing?
One swing. Done.
That's impressive for someone who just swam across the ocean.
Well, it's Batman. So, for whatever reason, we're good with killing the Panther, I guess. I mean, I don't know. The Panther was going to kill him, but isn't he all about like, no, don't do that?
And he eats meat.
I mean, I guess. So the next panel says, "It's dead, all right. Broken neck. Come on,
Fuck.
come on, Robin.
No mercy.
Our life as modern Robinson Crusoe.
Crusoe.
Is that someone?
Yeah, the Robinson Crusoe. It's a family. I think it's a book and TV show.
Mm.
There's a family that was stranded on an island, and they ended up building like a home. And
Okay, I didn't catch that reference. Has now
The white people thing.
That's got to be it. Has now begun. I think we can use this carcass. Let's get it inside. And then the next panel is Batman has turned that into the loincloth he's wearing in the pop. So it's underwear high, whitey tighty high with the one strap, and he's like, "Well, here we are, Robin. This is what a jungle Batman and Robin look like." Robin's got this little tiny loincloth that's like cheetah print. I don't know where he got his from.
where's
It's
that
not.
pop?
It's not. Man, I would get it so bad. So the Sinister 8 attack, Batman and Robin swing away on vines, and they're like, "Oh, hey, remember that pit that we saw earlier?" Spoiler alert: they catch two of the villains in that. That's just it's a real quick lookaloo, but
I think Robinson Carruth is more of a old people thing. I just happen to
it's
watch really
definitely-
old shitty shows.
It's real old, but I guarantee you it's still old white
That's
people.
probably fair. That's probably fair.
so Ling Chi delivers a line, and this is how it's written:
Don't read it.
"Hully up, me hear them again. Hully, hully up."
Because they can't say ours, bro.
Right. So here's Batman's whole plan. He takes a
Cancel
vine.
Batman. I'm fucking done. Cancel him.
This is Bob Kane's fault, possibly Bill Finger. We don't know. So no, because this didn't feel like Bill Finger writing, because this is not good. So he takes a vine with knots and ties it and pulls it around a tree. So basically, Batman's whole plan is he just keeps randomly pulling at the vine so that each knot wraps around the tree and makes a noise in the direction, and that's what leads them into the pit. I was like, all right, that's not bad. I can buy that one. So for the next group of guys, they use rampaging elephants.
Oh, we have those on the island.
Well, they're there, and Batman's like, we could use these, and then they just start riding them. And the guy's like, oh
That's how it
no,
works.
elephants. And Batman delivers a line, and it's, an elephant never forgets, and neither do we.
Forgets what?
That they're out on there. So they use the elephants to lead these guys to a specific place, and they're like, I don't know how we're going to get to them. And there's these sapling trees, and Batman puts Robin on a sapling tree and pulls it back and flings Robin to catch the next two guys. That's how we take care of them. And Batman's like, look, there's sulfur on the ground. Don't let me forget that. And then we move on. That's the end of that panel.
But I thought he never forgets.
I mean, he also needs reminders too, little post notes.
He said we never forget, meaning
As a team, we don't forget things. So they're trying to cut down coconuts, right? For a reason that is not explained yet. And the other guys are there, and they're like, we caught you. You don't try to run. And Batman's like, okay, you caught us. Here's these coconuts. And he throws them, and it has the sulfur that he picked up and some gunpowder that he got from the first guy. And the coconuts blow up, and they catch them. I was on board for the first one. Second one was a little wild because we flung a child on a tree. This one, I was like, I don't even know if scientifically we're on the right path here anymore. I think we've just, but whatever.
Also, don't let me forget that there's sulfur on the ground here. I'm not going to pick it up or do anything with it, but all of a
Right.
sudden I'm going to have it when
At
I
that
need
moment,
it. Yeah.
So they go to swim to the ship that was meant for the crooks. And you would think that this is just about done. Don't worry. There's a panel where they get attacked by a giant octopus.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, yeah, in the jungle. That makes sense.
And the Batman, the G that he is, swims and finds a bottle and breaks it and begins to stab the octopus until it dead. So this is the second of God's great creatures that Batman has erased from this planet.
We're lucky he left those elephants alive.
And he's underwater and he's thinking, it's a thought bubble. It's not a speech bubble because he's underwater. He says, take that and this. Looks like that does it. Dead. So they've gone through everything they've gone through. The ship's been crashed, right? They have to swing on vines. They catch guys. They ride elephants. They make coconut bombs. They get attacked by an octopus. They get to the ship where the guys are, the villains that are trying to pick up the Sinister 8. And you think it's going to be a tough fight when they get on there, right, to take over the ship. The panel says, they jump on the ship, and the panel says, I quit. I didn't figure on Batman and Robin signing up for this job. And the other guy says, me too. I don't want no part of them. And they're just like this. The hands up, done. We could have done more with that one and not had an octopus.
Fair. Fair.
But we decided to have an octopus.
But he can stab an octopus to death. He can't stab people to death.
We could have spared that whole animal. That whole imaginary animal.
I don't know what you're talking about, though. You know what? Hear me out. I need a crossover. Batman versus Santa Jaws.
Oh man. He would just stab him with the broken bottle.
But it's not Christmas themed, so
What if it's peppermint schnapps bottle?
oh fuck yeah. Done.
I'm a good writer.
What if he just finds a garland on the jungle and wraps it around?
Wrangles the beast.
That sounds like him. I mean, he's clubbing panthers to death in one solid swing. Which
Anything
I'm
is
pretty sure
possible.
is like against the law now, I guess. I don't know about 1952.
Well, to be fair, this Batman comic book has a more plausible storyline than any 3 seconds of Santa Jaws.
1950s, man, not 1970s, 1950s.
My bad.
So even more rampage. So then they get the boat, they look in the water, and they're like, "Oh, there's our costumes." Yep. And it says, Robin says, "Batman, look, our uniforms, all washed and ready for us. They didn't sink. They've been floating around this whole time."
All washed and ready for us?
Mm-hmm.
That's salt water, son. That ain't washing nothing.
Children don't know. So next panel says 2 weeks later is how long they've been gone from this drowning or thriving city. And apparently everyone thought Batman and Robin were dead because they've been gone for 2 weeks. They didn't have the original boat. The very last panel says, all those adventures, and just look at your uniform, neat as a pin, as if you just stepped out of the tailor shop. I'll never know how you do it. That's the Commissioner Gordon. That's how he talks then. And he says, let's just say we had a wave of good luck. And Robin, the end.
And people want to like harp on Adam West's fucking Batman. At least
This
he's
is
fun.
This is what he had, though.
He's fun.
He's doing, if you think about it that way, he's doing a panel for panel adaptation of that Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So now you know about Jungle Batman, and now you'll never forget it because I won't ever.
I'll drink until I forget.
Jungle Batman.
I'll drink it until I forget. Forever. Why'd you show me the undercarriage?
I figured you'd want to know.
Oh.
He doesn't. There we go. I'm just gonna hold him like he's sitting on something. There we go. Go ahead. What you said?
I have nothing.
This is the first. This is the first episode with a story that I've given you that you're just like, all right, I accept everything you said is fact. I have no further questions. Let's just move on.
The prison they were going to, by the way, is on Satan's Island. Is that Lian Yu? Wait a second. Are we tying the Green Arrow?
I can only hope.
This isn't Lian Yu mean like...
It's like purgatory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going to Satan's butthole island. Satan's Island.
I'm curious about now the Legion of Faceless Men, which was apparently the other story in that comic.
Oh, also, Sinister 8 all
Was never
died
seen again.
because they were never seen again.
Yep.
This
Only
was their
one
one
appearance.
issue, and it was over.
Well, I mean, one of them got trampled with an elephant, and the other ones were
Exploded.
with coconuts.
Also, in fairness, I don't know that we'd ever want them to return.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't. You know what? Maybe that's the challenge as a new up and coming comic book artist is you were to redo the Sinister 8. I wonder if they even can now with the Sinister 6.
I believe the Sinister 6 was around when this was made.
I meant to go look that up.
Maybe that's why they stopped.
But
I mean,
maybe it doesn't deserve it.
I don't think Sinister 8 would fly in these times.
Yeah, they got to revamp. They got to come back together.
64.
And maybe
So,
not
no.
name them Frenchie Le
Dois.
Noir?
To answer your question, the Sinister 6 came after, so you're right.
Dang.
And Ling Chi and Luigi. Like, come on.
Hurry up, Stephanie. Hurry up and tell me them socials.
I think you need to say it better. It's Luigi Verona. Come on.
So again, I don't know if this is review an old comic, review a pop, or explain a pop, or look at Batman do some wild shit in different costumes. But here
All
we
of it.
are.
Where was Aldo Teldano from?
I don't know. Germany?
Teldano. Didn't give me anything. I thought maybe it would give me like a region.
I'm gonna go with Germany.
No, I think it's South America.
You don't know. You don't know.
That's fair. I don't. That gives me no context at all. Baron Hengler. I think he was from England. He could have been from Germany. How did he talk?
The only one that stood out as super racist was
Not Frenchy Le Dois.
I don't even think he gave him a chance to talk.
There was no.
Nope, I didn't get any of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was
all the
hard to
rest
keep
of
up
them
with them
I think
because
are
there was
pegged, but
8.
It's fair. So maybe that's why we dwindled down to 6. Also,
The-
like the same letter thing, but
Right.
7 didn't feel right.
No. Sinister 7. No, that sounds like a good. I guess the word sinister, but 7 is always usually with something good.
Except for the movie 7 and the 7 Deadly Sins.
What about Seventh Heaven? It was a terrible show.
I don't think I ever watched it. Stephanie?
She watched it.
Seventh Heaven. I've not all the time, but I've definitely seen episodes of it.
Really? I think I watched when my mom used to watch it all the time. Touched by an Angel. I remember watching that a couple times.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
I know of it, but I don't think I watched it.
Anyways, let us know what you guys thought about the origin of Jungle Batman and how much you think it's not okay that the Sinister 8 ever existed.
They bring back Jungle Batman in a cartoon or two, but that's the last of it. They don't bring back the Sinister 8 because racism.
Yeah,
Because that was a bad idea to begin with.
the 50s, right? Just a bunch of shitty racist white people running everything.
Woo!
If you guys want to reach us and let us know something that you think Cleve should look up in the comic book world, please reach out to any of our social medias. They are Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Gmail. All of them are Friendship Supreme. All you have to do is Google us. You'll find us everywhere. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Friendship Supreme. Twitter's the only one that's different. It has no eyes in the handle because character limits. But hopefully you guys enjoyed everything. Let us know what you thought. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. We post episodes every week. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.
This is Stephanie.
Well, here we have it. Well, here we are, Robin. This is what Jungle Batman and Robin look like. Fuck you, Batman.
I see why everybody was like, oh, obviously Batman's trying to get with Robin. Now that I look at these old ones.